welcome to TLTV, joy and pleasure celebrated in wine. Today we're visiting Château Charmail A to Z. Château Charmail can be found in the village of Saint-Seurin-de-Cardon, and it's next to the banks of the Gironde. And it belongs to the appellation of Saint-Estèphe, and one of its famous neighbors as well is Sauchon-de-Malais, which you can view in another Traubenliebe episode. The roots of Château Charmail can be followed back into the Middle Age. It already was most appreciated around the 1750s, but the real roots of the actual chateau go back to the 1500s, when the Traubenliebe, the Charmail family from Brittany, initiated the initial foundation of the actual chateau. Vines were not planted until the 17th century, or give or take a few years, but the real start started in 1932, when, thanks to a lot of hard work, Château Charmail was actually given the accreditation of Cru Bourgeois. More to that in a separate episode, but this means that Château Charmail really, from the classification perspective, belongs to the best of the best in Médoc. But the modern age for Château Charmail starts in 1982, when Oliver Sayes purchased the estate and really modernized a lot of the parts of the vinification process. Oliver Sayes was an agricultural engineer, and he was one of the first people to really introduce cold maceration to Château Charmail, and I will explain to you, actually I will show you that later on, how that is actually done in Château Charmail. In 2008, Oliver Sayes sold the chateau to Bernard and Marie de Halune in 2008. And in 2008, the current chapter of Château Charmail has started. The actual size of the chateau, of the vineyard, is 22.5 hectares. They're planted with around 50% Merlot, 30% Cabernet Sauvignon, 20% Cabernet Franc, and a little bit of Petit Verdot. Let's dive into this wonderful adventure, Château Charmail A to Z. So right now I'm here in the production facility of Château Charmail, and Château Charmail is one of the inventors here in Bordeaux, or actually introduced to Bordeaux. Something was done in Burgundy for a lot longer, is the cold maceration, and that means they add a cold gas to the actual, let's say, grapes. Let this maceration happen over 15 days. The gas has a temperature of -70, and then the maceration takes place at around 5 degrees for 15 days. And that really extracts all the good properties very gently out of the grape and produces that. But before that happens, what do you have? Grape juice. This is the Merlot for Château Charmail, harvested on Monday this week. And grape juice. But a very nice one. Nice concentrated sugars, nice, fresh, and I'm looking forward for this to be turned into wine. So here we are at the reception vendange, and that is actually the reception, or the harvest reception, so to speak. I love French, as it's a beautiful language. And the grapes are pretty much, they arrive here, they go all the way up. Then they have the first part where there's a solution of water and sugar to basically separate the grapes from the parts you don't want in the wine, the first selection. And then through this pipe here, it actually goes through the grapes, and they come out here with vibrations. The water is then removed, and the grapes continue here, and I will show you that in a second, and it goes up in there. And then the second selection, which happens here, it goes through again, and it goes basically through the whole cycle once more. So here I am in the place where the magic happens, and as you can see, I'm surrounded by steel tanks. The grapes come in, and what happens is, this is where the magic happens at Château Charmail, is the cold maceration. And this is where they use carbonic snow to really bring the grapes in and the carbonic snow or the gas. As you can see, this is where the gas is actually added. Then the maceration, the cold maceration, the first part happens at a temperature of around 5 degrees for approximately 10 days. And the temperature will slowly rise over the next 21 days approximately, depending the year, to around 25 degrees, where then the first fermentation kicks in. And after around 31 days, what they do is they basically pump and reduce, if I don't kill myself, and they reduce the juice and pump it and press it together that only the juice is left, and it's pumped back into these tanks here. And then the second fermentation starts until November. And what happens in November is the important part. It's actually then transferred into barrels in the barrel cellar. So here I am in the actual part where after the fermentation, maceration, the whole process is pretty much finished, the wine comes to sleep and rest and get more character and more flavor in these French oak barrels. And this is French oak. It's sweet French oak. There are different classifications of French oak, and they stay here for at least 12 months. And then after 12 months, they are basically then pretty much filled into the bottle. And then the life cycle really starts for the wine. Then it's complete, and then it's ripened in maybe your cellar at home or in a cellar in one of these wonderful chateaus here in France. And suddenly it appears on your table in a restaurant or maybe at your house for a special occasion. And some people, as you saw as well with the tasting, which follows in the next video, where I had the pleasure with Sebastian the winemaker and Bernard the propriétaire from Château Charmail to taste some fantastic vintages. We tasted a 2010, a 2001, a 2000 and a 1996. More to that in the next video. But this is the cycle to end. So when you come to Bordeaux and visit Château Charmail, have a look around, taste the wines in some of the restaurants in the environment, or probably in your country, you find them as well. Very interesting wines with its own personality, where Sebastian, the winemaker here, gives his own character, signature to the wines. And it was a delight to actually taste these and try them out, see the whole process here, see the facilities, and I'd say watch the next video. And I thank you for watching, and as well the hospitality I've received here at Château Charmail. And thank you very much for watching, and as always I wish you wonderful wines, wonderful people, wonderful food and wonderful wine conversations. Take care. Ciao, ciao. Thank you. Merci. Bye-bye.